Jake Paul versus Nate Diaz. Who do you want to win? Who's going to win?
I'm always with like my MMA brothers and sisters when they go into boxing, especially, you know, it's unfamiliar territory to us, so we're very familiar with it. I don't know if you're gonna put it. I also like Jake. I like that he's fighting, man, after he lost. I'm really respecting him a lot more after he lost to Tyson Fury, you know, that he's getting back in there and he's not getting an easy fight. There's a lot of taxi cab drivers he could have beat up. He went and picked Nate, so I'm starting to like Jake more and more, like, now as a fighter. Like, man, he not only are you fighting through the loss, but you're not fighting the easiest fight out there. So my heart's definitely going to be with Nate because he's an MMA guy, but I wouldn't be surprised if Jake pulled it off, man. I mean, he's been doing it. He's been more active, and it's just boxing, you know. How's Nate's lifestyle been outside of retiring and all that? I don't know. I don't know if he's in the best shape.
Did you ever think you would say that, though? Like, Jake Paul might beat Nate Diaz, or Jake Paul might beat Tyron Woodley.
Never. And it's no offense to him, but these guys grew up doing that, you know, and boom, this guy was like, he's an actor. He's doing all this stuff, and then he got into boxing. Don't even call
him an actor. He's more of a boxer than he was an actor.
But then that, you know, or YouTube sensation, you know?
Sensation.
Yeah, YouTube sensation, crazy amount of subscribers. Never would have thought this guy's going to turn into, like, somebody that's beating up guys. Now, granted, Willie was toward the end of his career and stuff,
I mean, he beat up my guy, Nate,
Robinson.
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
He beat your guy.
Woodley.
No.
Oh, Ben. Yeah, but that guy.
I couldn't stand him after you beat. I was just like, this is an embarrassment. I was really disgusted with the Jake Paul thing.
Yeah.
This is my words. I was like, this is the throne fight. Because it looked like literally like a guy who's never fought versus a guy who's just, you know, like in a bar. Like, it's just like, boom. That was insane to me.
Yeah. Ben is good as he was a Olympic wrestler. He was a 2-time national champion, 4-time finalist at the NCAA. So he went to the finals 4 times and he won it twice. So when it comes to wrestling, this guy was cream of the crop. But he had this arrogance that you could just see in his videos, and he used to say it all the time. I don't do anything else but wrestling. I don't even care about jiu-jitsu, boxing, kicking, anything. I'm just going to wrestle guys and beat them up like that. And he was able to do it for 19 fights until he got to me. He was 19-0 when he fought me. And that was very impressive, but he never stepped outside of that, never got outside of his comfort zone, never wanted to learn how to box, strike, or anything. So when the time came, they offered him more money than he ever had, went and fought Jake Paul, and it was regarding an aspect that he never practiced in. He looked like that. And
never
then, mind
practiced in there? I mean, I've gone to the gym and I hit the bag. I mean,
he would constantly say it on interviews. He's like, I don't box, I don't do any of that. I'm just wrestling.
What does that mean, though? I go to what's the gym? I go to Equinox. I know everyone knows. Just keep your hand.
Some guys are so, like, you know, shot out that they're like, no, this is all I need. Like, he would spar guys and just immediately go for the takedown, you know. And since he was able to do this with high-level strikers, constantly take him down, he just figured, I don't need the strike. I'm just going to wrestle with you immediately, and that's it. And, you know, credit to him. It worked for a while.
If Jake Paul said, Jorge, you're next.
I was like, death by suicide? Yeah, suicide wish.
Would you beat?
I think I'd break his eye orbital. You know, he
straight boxing.
So if we got the disciplines of MMA, right? Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, boxing, whatever else you want to throw in there. There's one of them that's always stand out and that I'm very natural at. And there's some of them that are not, that I worked my whole life to become a world-class athlete in that aspect. We're talking about wrestling. I couldn't make a living off it. I couldn't go out there and get a medal for this country. As much as I love wrestling, I'm a huge fan of it. It just wasn't like my natural powers. But since I was a kid, since I was like 7, 8 years old, I could box very, very good and very natural. So now, if I have to pick of one of those arts what to do, it'd be boxing. And not to diss Jake or nothing, but he's not the caliber of boxer that could stop me. You know, I have a lot of experience working out with boxers, with high level boxing since I was a kid. A lot of them defected from Cuba. In the gym that I was at, we had numerous world champions and Olympians. Since I was like 14, 15, these are the guys that I was working out all the way till I was like 23, 24. So I was very much involved in the boxing world, learning from some of the best in the world. And I just, athlete to athlete, not talking about the fighting because I know I got way more dog than them. I'm just talking about athlete to athlete, speed for speed. technique and all that, I don't think we're in the same realm.
But you're getting at the age limit. He likes
Exactly.
he likes older men.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jake Paul likes older men.
And it's smart of him. You know, I'm 38. I think he's in his 20s, later 20s. You know, so it's a perfect fight for him in a sense because I'm definitely headed downhill. I'm not headed uphill on my physical powers. So it'd be the best fight for him. But
you're a good promoter.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to see. I just want him. I'd want to see. I love fighting and the sport and the grind of it, and I have such reverence for fighters. And the fact that business is business. The business is incredible, but the fact that he made himself some belt and he raises it like
I seen that.
to me is like when I grew up watching Ali, when I grew up watching Ray Leonard versus Duran. We talk about
Tommy Hearns,
Iran Barkley. When I talk about the wars, and you see most of the fighters cry when they raise that belt. To me, it's such a disrespect to what you guys do that I want to see him get up in a boxing ring the way he needs to get up in the boxing ring, and not these hand-picked Ben Askren and Nate Robinson and all this. I want to see him, like you're a boxer, I want to see you fight a guy who's even who's 39. You know, he won't fight someone his age who has as much experience. I mean, that Tommy Fury was a joke. We're lucky that it went that way.
Yeah.
I'm saying
I wasn't the happiest in that fight either for entertainment value. Like, guys, get after, bro. Go hurt each other, you know, because that's who we want to see. We want to see.
You want to be a boxer. Let's see you get punched in the face. I mean,
or punch the guy in the face.
Something.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, Jake Paul, I'm looking for the. If you make it out of Nate Diaz, game bread.
I don't think they take that.
He don't want that fight.
I don't think they want that fight. It's
so are you saying that he's?
No, I'm
You're
not
saying that. I didn't say it.
I'm not.
I thought that's what you were saying.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that he because it is boxing. They have to build, and you know he is coming off a loss.
How much building do we need? He's got his training center. He's got I've never seen a guy with a bigger training kit. He's got yoga guys. He's got jugglers. I mean, you look at his he's got everything there. He's got magicians. He's getting stretched. He's getting oils. He's meditating. Therapists.
I just think.
What more does he need?
I don't think I'd be good for where they're.
You don't think
it'd
be good for business?
For business, you know. I'm explosive, man. Nate, not to diss him, and I literally fought it, so I know he has no power. He has like fucking pillows in his hand. Now he's an accumulation guy.
Right.
He's gonna break you down. He's gonna drown you. If you're throwing 30 punches, he's gonna throw 100 per round and just drown you in that. But he has like no power. Then you put these boxing gloves on him, and then you don't let him do submissions and kicks and all that. There's a lot of factors leaning towards.
But he took a beating from you. How could Jake Paul?
He took a beating from me, man.
He took a beating from you, and I was rooting for Nate. But he took a beating. He kept coming. I can't see how Jake is going to be able to sustain that. Like, I can't see Jake, number one, putting that kind of beating on him because he's just not. I just don't see it happening.
But also, Nate's not the same because now this is like 4 years removed, plus all the damage that he took in the fight. It might be half the damage now that he takes, and he's not the same, you know, because that's what happens with fighting. Your chin doesn't get any better because you got hit.